we are. Hi guys, I'm back, and today I'm going to do my first ever book haul, which I'm really excited about because if you've heard me mention in my last couple of videos, all of my books are out of state. I couldn't bring them with me for the move, and it's not really looking like I'll be able to go and get them. So I finally just could not take it anymore, and I started like hoarding books like there's no tomorrow. And I had bought a Kindle, and a lot of my books are on there, but just the not having physical books around me was kicking my ass. So I was just kind of looking around, and I went to like what is apparently one of the best places ever to get books, and you would never guess it, or I wouldn't have, which was Goodwill. And I'll just let you guess, see if you can figure out how much I spent, and then at the end of it I'll let you know and you tell me whether or not you were right. Alright, first book is Shopaholic and Sister by Sophie Kinsella. Now I have read the Shopaholic series years and years and years ago, but I don't believe I got this far. I think I got to The Wedding. So no, was it? Next book is The Night Watch by Sarah Waters. This one just sounded pretty interesting. Like, the summary on the back page is moving back through the 1940s to air raids, blacked out streets, illicit partying, and sexual adventure, to end with its beginning in 1941. The new novel tells the story of four Londoners whose lives and those of their friends and lovers connected tragedy, stunning surprise, and exquisite turns, only to change irreversibly in the shadow of a grand historical event. So this is usually not the kind of book I pick up, but it looked pretty interesting, and I believe I've seen a few book talks on BookTube about this, but I haven't listened to any of them, so I'll be pretty much completely surprised going into this book. So we'll see how that goes. Next, Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Now, obviously, I have seen the trailers and whatnot for the movie, but I'm really not a Robert Pattinson fan, so I didn't watch it. But I might read this book and then go watch the movie and see how that links up. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what this book is about, but it was Goodwill. The book was hella cheap, I figured, why not? And we have Key of Knowledge by Nora Roberts. So this one seemed pretty interesting. The first paragraph of the synopsis in the inside is, even with all Dana had seen and done, with all she'd been a part of over the last 4 weeks, it was hard to believe she was stretched out in the backseat of her brother's car, heading back up the steep, winding road to the great stone house of Warriors Peak and what waited for her there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a habit of mine is I won't read the entire synopsis. A lot of the times, if it's an author I've read before, whose work I like, or if it's just a genre I know I really like, I'll read the first paragraph, and if my interest is caught in that first paragraph, okay, sure. Which leads me to Hold Your Breath by Katie Rogel. And what caught my attention in this book is the little name of the series here down on the inside is The Rocky Mountain Search and Rescue. So this is a contemporary romance novel about a search and rescue team. I'm assuming the whole series follows the same search and rescue team. So we'll see how that goes. This one I have in ebook form, but I just really wanted a hard copy. This is Lover Revealed by J.R. Ward from her Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Now this is Butch's story, who I'm not gonna lie, I have not read yet because I'm really not too big of a Butch fan. But because all the stories kind of link up, I'm missing a gap. So I will eventually need to read this one. This book, I didn't even read the synopsis. This is Grave Secrets by Kathy Reichs. And if any of you are fans of the TV show Bones, this is a series that Bones is based off of. Yes, so the main character in this book, same as the show, is Dr. Temperance Brennan. And because I am a spaz about the TV show, I just saw Kathy Reichs and I was like, yank, right off the shelf. Mine. I'm getting mine. This book, For the Roses by Julie Garwood, is a historical romance novel. Julie Garwood is probably my favorite author ever. And this is probably the third or fourth copy of this freaking book that I have. So I have the hardcover copy, which I believe I stole from my mom. And then I have a copy on my Kindle from when I left the hardback wherever, and because me and my mom and my sister all have multiple copies of these books, we can't tell them apart, and I just kind of always out of habit pick up another one just in case mine goes missing to one of their collections. So this one I have read multiple times, one of my favorites. This is the first of a 4 or 5 part series, I think. It's For the Roses, and then it's like one red rose, one white rose, one pink rose, and then I believe Come the Spring finishes it up. And it follows a sister and 4 brothers who are actually all orphans, and the brothers found Mary Rose in a basket on top of some trash when she was an infant, and they all just kind of came together and formed their own family. And this story follows, you know, what happens when her family comes to find her later after she's an adult and these brothers have raised her. It's a pretty good book. I love it. I've read it over and over and over again. As you see, I keep buying it, so definitely check this one out. Brings me to another book by Julie Garwood that was sitting right next to it, so really, how could I help myself? This one is Guardian Angel. This one I actually have not read, and I can't ever remember why, because I know this is not the only copy of this book I own as well. But with historical romance novels that are fairly old, I do like the first edition copies and not the newer ones. So I tend to kind of, if I don't have them, pick these up anyway. This one I believe is a pirate tale, one of her very few. Most of them are about dukes and duchesses or Scottish lairs. This one, pirates. So yeah. Which leads me to my last paperback book, The Prize. This is by Brenda Joyce. It is also a historical romance novel about a captain in the British Royal Navy, an orphan who is born and raised on a tobacco plantation which she is trying to save, and somehow ends up kidnapped by the captain of the British Royal Navy. I also, one of the common veins, if you will, in historical romance novels is always got to do some kind of way with a female in those times who is kind of in dire straits and trying to save her home from, you know, the king or whoever is taking it over because she is widowed or her father dies or however she's left alone trying to fend for herself. And this follows along that vein, and that's one of kind of my favorite plot lines in historical romance novels. So as soon as I saw that, I think I just picked it right up. I was like, sure, why not? Now, this next set of books is my absolute favorite out of this haul. I'm super excited. We are going to start off with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Now, this is the UK version. Yes, this is the UK cover. It actually also has the cover printed on the book on the inside. And I do have all of the Harry Potter series in a hardback, and of course, you know, the very first set of covers that came out with here in the US. But I saw these covers and I could not help myself. I am a sucker for alternate covers. And then especially when I saw on the inside that this book retailed for $45, and I got it for $2 and some change. So I just, like crackhead and crack house, I couldn't help myself. And next hardcover I got was Me, Myself, and Why by Mary Janice Davidson. This one is some type of mystery. The synopsis was not all that very, it was a bit ambiguous, but I was kind of on a roll just picking up books at this point, and I was like, okay, fuck it, why not? Then we have The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, which I am sad to say I have never read, but I've always kind of wanted to. It was Goodwill, it was sitting there. Okay. So then, the second to last, we have A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. I have not yet had any dealings really with the A Song of Ice and Fire series, except for, you know, the first season of the Game of Thrones TV show, which, you know, they killed my husband off in the first season. And then I just never watched it again. I just never got over it. Yeah. So I kind of boycotted the books for a little while because I'm an idiot. But dude, this book is freaking huge and it was super cheap. So, you know, I figured I'll just have to suck it up and get over a series that just kills off all these fucking characters. That, you know, what really messed me up about this series is that I saw someone post a picture and they had sticky notes where they had like thumbed all the pages where characters died and it was just color. everywhere. Like the whole fucking book was sticky notes. And I already have one series, the TV series Supernatural, where way too many characters die. I didn't need the kind of pain and destruction and negativity in my life. But I also know that this is a series I will be missing out on if I do not read, because this is one of my favorite genres. So, there we go. Even though this is like book 4, 5, 8, 12, 2, I don't know. It's not the first one, so obviously I can't start with this one. And I'll probably put them on my Kindle at some point. But again, it's the hardcover and it's huge and it was super cheap. And it made me happy on the inside. And lastly, this is my favorite find of all time. A lot of people on BookTube talk about how basically the Harry Potter series got them into reading. I was kind of a spaz about reading long before the Harry Potter series became a thing, or a thing that I was aware of. And I believe it was really the Nancy Drew series that got me into reading, but this is a series that got me into fantasy genre. This is The Lost Years of Merlin by T.A. Barron. I read this series, gosh, I can't even remember what grade, but I was reading like little kitschy kitty like unicorn stories and whatnot, like the Unicorns of Valinor or whatever they're called, and something about dragons, I don't know. But this one is what really got me heavy into like the big, thick, like more of a young adult and adult side of fantasy reading. And best part about it is, where is it? Where is it? It's autographed! Now this probably is not really a super famous book that I'm aware of, but it is one of my absolute favorites. I have a lot of memories attached to this book. And I'm like, who gives away autographed copies of books? So this was like $2 and something. I saw it and I immediately just was walking around Goodwill with it like this, like don't fucking touch it. And I already had a huge stack and I already was well over the limit of what I said I was gonna buy, but it made me so happy. So yeah. Favorite find, my Goodwill haul all the way around. It's awesome. You know how excited I got found this book. This is like how excited some people would be if they found like in Goodwill for some stupid reason an autographed copy of like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Like, why would you put that? Why would you give that away? Why? So yeah. Absolute favorite of all time. This made me giddy, like deep down in my spirit, and I look like a complete fucking spaz while I'm on Goodwill with this giant stack of books. So let's see here if I can show you how crazy I fucking look. Yep. This is how I was walking around Goodwill, like this. And I was hugging them. And some poor guy like tried to pick one off the top. He's like, hey, you like reading? And I was just like, no, mine. Do not. Don't touch. So yeah, that is my Goodwill haul, guys. Any guesses on how much Any guesses on how much I spent? Just take a guess. Total is ta-da! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. For 15 books, spent less than $25, and 5 of them being hardback. They're all fairly decent sized books. This is awesome. So I will probably be checking there again for some really awesome finds. There's a lot more stuff there, but I just had to I was running out of like arm to chin space to stash books. I had to get out of there because people were eyeing me kind of crazy because the ladies in Goodwill here are savage. So yeah, that was very quick and dirty book haul, and it probably was not as quick as I wanted it to be because I'm getting ready to be late for class. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.